It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Arbor Ales, and this is a can of their My Little Sabrony, brewed with Sabro hops, of course, single hop Sabro, and it's a single hop American Pale Ale. I like an American Pale Ale. 440 milliliter can, nice and colourful. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. I picked this up in Sainsbury's. Oh! Wow! That was a really difficult can opening. Dented my finger. Big old dent, you can't see it. The camera's not going to focus on that. I need a Sony. I need one of those nice Sony A7 S3s, I think. I bought a Panasonic instead, which I spent a lot of money on it. Not 100% happy. But you're here for the beer. You're not here for me to talk about cameras, are you? This looks a little different, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. Massive head on it. And that's a little unusual for Arbor, really. I've never really had a really lively beer from Arbor before. They're normally pretty in check, behaving themselves. But we go with what we go with. I mean, somebody else could have bought this can for £3 in Sainsbury, couldn't they? And they could have took it home and they would have had the same problem as me. Slightly stiff can opening and a lively head on the beer. There's no widget in the glass to suggest that it would create that great big head. It's just poured that way. So we have a hazy amber coloured ale, good levels of carbonation, 4-finger, 5-finger white head. As you wash the beer around in the glass, you get that kind of carbonation rolling, chasing the liquid around in the glass. Let's get the aroma through this great big head then. So the Sabro hop, interesting one for me. It's really punchy, it's really hoppy. Sabro gives me the aroma of a slight coconut and a slight lime aroma to it. It smells pretty lovely. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, lime and coconut. Put your lime in your coconut and drink it all up. It's very drinkable. There's not much carbonation at all. I think a lot of the carbonation is just made its way to the head of the beer. Let's see if we can go a bit easier now. And no, it's still wanting to create that massive head on the beer. It's like a big cloudy fluffy head going on there. Slightly disappointed really, because it affects, if I was in the living room drinking this beer, I'd be fine, absolutely fine. I would have no problem. I'd just pour some out, read an article on the internet, come back to it when all the foam's gone, pour, just rinse, repeat until the beer's poured. But when you're doing a beer review on YouTube, you really like things to flow. I mean, now I should be talking about other flavours in the beer. I should be talking about the balance of the beer but I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about how much I'm struggling to pour the beer because of the rather large head on it. So it affects the flow of the beer review. It really does. But other than that, it wouldn't really. But unless I was gasping, I was really thirsty and I poured it out and I got a really great big head on the beer and can't get into it because of the great big head. It's probably a batch problem. It's probably something that is a problem with my can, my batch. Some of you guys have probably poured this out watching the beer review and everything's fine, everything's hunky-dory. It's just a batch thing. A little bit more carbonation in that taste. A little bit of sweet malt coming through. I do like that lime. I do like that coconut flavour, that slight hint of coconut. It's a really lovely tasting beer. It's just such a shame that we're having such a battle, such a fight on our hands. It slightly makes me not ill-tempered, but I'm really enjoying the taste of the beer, so just slightly disappointed really that the head's as big as it is. It's just ruining the beer review a little bit. Fantastic drinkability, really lovely. Would I buy this beer again? Yes, absolutely I would. I think I'd probably wait a few months, let the batches sort themselves out. And not too much to say on the back of this can. It's a single hop American Pale Ale brewed with large quantities of Sabro hops. Search YouTube. It says YouTube, wow. Well, no, don't. I'm not going to read out what they want you to read out on the back of the can, or what they want me to say on the back of the can. I'm going to say search YouTube for Arbor, my little Sabrony, and watch my beer review of this beer, and send a link out to all your mates so they can watch it. Nobody wants to watch a Beer Hawk beer review, do they? I don't think so. Blimmin' heck. Talk about sticking it, you know, keeping it. Blimmin' heck. No respect, Arbor, eh? No respect whatsoever. Tell people to go and watch Beer Hawk's YouTube channel. I don't think so. We've been doing this 11 years. I don't know. Anyway, your fault for writing that blooming thing on the back of the can. The beer's all messed up. Arbor Ales. Right, I'm going to rate it. I'm kind of very annoyed with the head. Not happy at all with that. Put beer on the end of my nose as well though. I just put foam on the end of my nose. We're 8 minutes into this beer review and we are still pouring the beer. We've just finished pouring, 8 minutes in. It's just not really acceptable, is it? And it's definitely not acceptable going to Beer Hawk's YouTube channel. Oh, no. Let's rate it. I like this beer. I do like the taste. I like the flavour. I like the balance. I like the sweetness. I like the slight hoppiness on the back end. The coconut, the lime. It's just the head that's ruined it, really. That great big, horrible, fat head that took 8 minutes to pour. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.